Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like. It's a free and easy way to support the channel, supports my algorithm, supports the channel. Yes, so where doth I begin? The last few months have been insane. I sincerely hope that everyone, why am I doing this? I sincerely hope that everyone actually pays attention to everything that's been going on. I want to say 2 videos ago. Go watch that video as well. That's going to also completely change your life. We are now currently witnessing the world changing around us. I was going to say now again, but it felt like too much. Since we heard that the US is going to be creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve, a lot of other people have kind of also jumped on the bandwagon as well. And where this leads us is to a place where, see my hands, where Bitcoin actually ends up going to $1 million plus in 2025. For those of you who haven't been here, maybe you're like a smidge skeptical. I don't know what to tell you if you haven't watched the last 3,000 or so videos. What we're seeing is the amount of Bitcoin that is on exchanges, that is up for grabs, is dropping quite dramatically. We have had reports that the United States itself, like in its entirety, is apparently trying to or going to or wants to or might to buy 1 million Bitcoin starting in 2025. The problem, my friends, is that there's not really 1 million Bitcoin even going around anymore. It's crazy, right? I know. So in 2024, we saw the accumulation of, I think it was 1.2 million Bitcoin. Think about that. In 10 months, just by the ETF issuers. And how that didn't spark the crypto revolution, I'm not exactly really sure, with the general public also having access to this knowledge and this news every single day. But the wider range of people just not paying attention, I really don't get it. Since then, like I said, the other video, we have heard from a multitude of companies, institutions, countries, and states within the United States and also other cities around the world who have announced that they are all going to begin to buy Bitcoin. It's a bit confusing, even though it's not. We've gone over that before. The United States wants to buy Bitcoin. So those coins would be held in like a US treasury, if you will. However, those coins would not belong to each individual state. And therefore, the individual states are like, no, we also want our own Bitcoin because those coins will not be shared with them. This is the most finite, the rarest asset that we have ever seen that has ever existed on the planet. You might be confused by saying you can fractionalize Bitcoin and therefore, it's abundant. No, you're sadly mistaken. We keep hearing about companies who are buying 55,000 Bitcoin at once. We recently just heard Florida, Pennsylvania, Texas, Vancouver, and one other place are also going to start buying Bitcoin as well very soon. The expectation is sometime around early January. No one knows the exact time frame, but a lot of bills are being made and created to kind of like make it more legal, as opposed to just being like, we're going to buy, but it's in law. We are going to have a strategic Bitcoin reserve for this country, for this state, for this province. When I hear this stuff, it gives me literal chills. I wish I was joking. I didn't think we'd be here for another 10 years, and lo and behold, here we are. When we hear next week, the week after, I don't know when it's supposed to be, that all of this is happening and all of this is actually going on, and we keep getting more and more news of these institutions who are buying up all of these coins, please get ready for what the world is going to become. I'm going to cut that there because I could feel myself like cascading into a rant. The news today, Alabama has announced that they are going to try and create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Yes, another state. Surprise, right? That's crazy. So we now have 5 or 6 different states who have now openly announced that they're also going to be doing this as well. The problem is, understand, the U.S. wants to accumulate 1 million Bitcoin. There's not 1 million Bitcoin to accumulate. The other states, also Florida as well, for those of you who missed that news story, Florida said that they're going, I think it's over, I want to say it's definitely over $1 billion. It's not 13 billion. It's over. I think it's $1.3 billion, just Florida alone, into Bitcoin. Tell me what happens when you have 14 states who announce that they're all allocating $1 billion into Bitcoin. What happens to the amount of Bitcoin on crypto exchanges? It goes down. It keeps dropping. There's not a lot left. We already know that there's not a lot of Bitcoin left. Now, what happens when 28 states say they're going to do the exact same thing? What happens when Montreal is like, we need to also start buying as well? Rio de Janeiro also just announced they're also going to be creating a Bitcoin reserve as well. What happens to the most finite asset on the planet that already is in a supply crunch? This is how we get those $1 million predictions. See, because there's not a lot left. So, and that's also not including other places around the world who will probably also end up buying as well, and who have been buying. State Auditor Andrew Sorrell spoke about the plan, emphasizing its potential to protect residents from inflation and the economic risks of global de-dollarization. He said a well-balanced portfolio should include exposure to many different types of asset classes. As of now, crypto is a $3 trillion asset class that the state has zero exposure to. It is also the most rapidly growing asset class. With the greatest potential for price appreciation, investing in treasuries and bonds certainly has its place. But earning a 4% yield while inflation is 2.7 is actually higher, is barely breaking even. For those of you who have maybe forgotten, inflation is not 2.7% because things keep getting more and more expensive. It feels like almost every single day. I'm sure you've seen those videos on TalkTick and other places where people are like, why is everything so expensive? Why did my rent go up by $400? Yeah, those are 25% increases, but alas. Yes, Alabama has joined the fray, has joined on to the boat, to the ship, the corner store. I don't know. Alabama's also there as well. I said before it would probably be weekly that we would hear about other states. And I think we have 6 now. I think we have 6 states now. So by the time, let's say middle or end of February, we're probably going to have 10, 12, 15 different states who are also announcing this as well, or who have had their bills passed through. The greatest part is going to be when this happens and we start hearing exactly how much Bitcoin Florida has and Alabama has and Texas has and Connecticut has. And then we go, oh, wait, that's a lot of Bitcoin that they have. And then other countries go, we got to do the exact same thing, because if you let America have all the coins, then there's none for anyone else. So then the buying spree begins, and we get to $500,000, and you guys know. Anywho, yes, that's going to do it for this video. Crazy. No, like it's actually crazy. Like, do you understand what's happening? Do you understand what it means to take $1 billion and not use it to like strengthen the US dollar? You're buying the thing that is going to usurp the US dollar, like the thing you use. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope you're prepared for what's coming. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.